Hello, in this recording, we're going to translate phrases, English phrases, into equations. Slightly different than saying we're going to translate into expressions, pretty much the same thing, but we're going to add in this one word, really it's just one word, that turns our sentences into an equation, and that word is. So let's get that in there a little bit better. So the word is stands for equals. So in general, we're going to be able to take our sentences and split them into two pieces. The part before the word is and the part after, and the part before goes on one side of the equal sign and the part after goes on the other side. Okay, and then we're going to just translate these expressions. So let's see, which side would be the easiest to do? Oh, how about the side that says the word 8? I'll just change that into a number 8, and voila, we are done with the right hand side of our equal sign. The left-hand side, we are going to have to be a little bit more careful. We've got this word 3, and we've got diminished by, which means subtract. Diminished by what? Well, we've got the word twice, which means 2 times, and then a number, which means a variable, right? So we can say x or y or n, whatever we want to use for our variable. And so we kind of look at each word or phrase in here and turn it into an algebraic expression, a symbol, or a number, and then we pretty much it all falls into place. Let me rewrite this. 3 minus, diminished by, 2 times a number, n, is equals 8. And there we have an equation. Now, what we're trying to do here is to translate words into an equation. So we're not going to try to solve this equation. That's a different lesson. We're just going to write the equation down, and then it's all ready to be solved later on. Okay, let's do it again. Look for our keyword is. There we have it. And then on the left side we have the phrase a number. So let's use y for a number. So the variable will be y. And on the right side we have the number 9. More than, which means plus, 1/3, which is a fraction, 1/3 of, and here's my second keyword that I want to talk about. Of means times. Of means times or multiply. So when you see the word of, it's multiplication. 1/3 times itself. Wait, what's itself? Itself refers all the way back to the number. A number is 9 more than 1/3 of itself. So that's going to be our variable again. See if I can find my cursor. There we go. So it is y equals 9 more than plus 1/3 times the number. And we can write it like this. This is fine. I will point out that we could have said y equals 9 plus n thirds. Sometimes we will simplify a fraction times a variable by just putting the variable in the numerator. Okay, let's go on to the next question. 3 times the number which is x less than 2 is 8. Okay, I chose this one because it's so ugly looking. Let's go with the process here. I think it's just some really bad grammar, but oftentimes textbook writers are reduced to using bad grammar to give some variety to their questions, because there's only so many ways you can say these things. Okay, so 3 times the number which is, okay, 3 times the number which is, oh, look at there. I made a rule. I said is means equals, and then I said, there it is, Is means equals, but I didn't notice that there are two ises. Is I? Is. There are two of them, and so one of them is the equal sign, and one of them is something else. It's actually part of that bad grammar we were talking about. So which one is it? 3 times the number which is x less than 2. Oh, so this is trying to come up with a fancy way of saying this phrase right here, the number which is is a fancy way of saying the difference. So we could have said the difference because it's the answer to subtraction. That's what the less than means. Or we could have said the quantity. That's another phrase that's a good one to have in your dictionary. Quantity. So quantity just means put parentheses around whatever it is I'm about to describe. So this is saying 3 times this bit of the expression, which is x less than 2. X less than. Now remember, less than means take this thing and subtract it from this thing. So we're going backwards. We're going to flip them around. So it's going to be 2 minus x. That's x less than 2. So the number that is x less than 2 is whatever the number is, 2 minus x. And we're going to multiply that number by 3. And then we write our equal sign in there for the second is, and then the 8. Okay, that was a tricky one, and I will say that was tricky because of the bad grammar. I would say it was needlessly difficult. So when you get into the real doing math, you won't, hopefully, hopefully you will never say anything that convoluted, and you won't run into other people using bad grammar like that. Okay, I wanted to do one last problem here, not translating a word sentence into an equation, but translating an image or a picture into an equation. So over here on the right-hand side, we have a triangle, and I've labeled the lengths of the sides. One is x, another one is x, and one is 7. And then I have a second element to this picture where I wrote the word perimeter. The perimeter is 15, or equals 15. So in order to write an expression or an equation out of this one, we need to know how to find the perimeter of a triangle. And the way we find the perimeter of a triangle is the way we find the perimeter of anything. The perimeter is the sum of the sides. We could say side lengths if we wanted to, side lengths. Be really, really accurate. Okay, so the sum of the side lengths, so that's in this case just, one side is x, and the other side is x, and the third side is 7. So the sum of the side lengths, x plus x plus x, that's the perimeter. So we're going to replace the term perimeter with the 3 side lengths added together. Even though we don't know what they are in algebra, that's not a problem, or that maybe that is the problem. That's what algebra is designed to help us solve. We're not going to solve this one today. We're just going to observe that we can write that algebraic equation from the given information here using the term perimeter and this image of a triangle. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.